Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. His name is Jimmy the Bag. My name is Peter Loshak. This is Loshak in the Bag Show for Thursday afternoon, March 8th. Oh my God, Jeremy the Bag, all sorts of craziness and insanity. College basketball tournaments. Tomorrow should be crazy as well, but not quite as crazy. Did you tweet out anything in the afternoon, Jim?
I did.
All right, what'd you tweet out?
Let me get to them all. Okay, so we hit the over Virginia Louisville,
Yes.
which was great. Then I tweeted out a loss. Even with overtime, I still lost. Creighton Providence over.
Ah, okay.
Minus 110. And then no, I gave that in the show. Excuse me. Sorry. I only tweeted out three. I tweeted out Nevada. I got minus 4.5, which was available at the Greek, so I hit it. I got minus 5 with my local, so I pushed it there. Then I got Utah Valley minus 8.5 at minus 110. And then I tweeted out Weber State plus 2, which is looking terrible.
So you only tweeted out 3?
Yes.
All right, I tweeted out 1, which was the UNLV first half under. That one cashed. And, I took it in the drink hole in a couple of these games as well. Grand Canyon, did they lose outright? I don't even know, but they did not cover. Montana didn't cover. And it's interesting because I did eat a bunch of losses in the afternoon games, and I was like, all right, I'm probably going to be down on my accounts. So I went to my accounts, and everything's basically okay. And I was reviewing my picks. I was like, how am I not down a lot more today? And the answer was lunch is money management, Jim. It's really nice when you don't have a great day and you remember that a few years ago you would have been down way more than you were. But since let me see. It is live. We're live.
The show is still live. I'm taking the screen.
But can they hear the words that are coming out of our mouths?
Seems like they are. Let me see.
They can hear the words that are coming out of our mouths. Let me see. Well, I've actually got
They are here. They can listen.
They can hear us.
They can hear you.
And they are looking at us. They are watching us. Okay, we are live again, even though I'm not seeing myself on the monitor. Okay, it's so funny because I was just about to say, Jim, you know what I was just about to say?
Something horrifying?
No, I was just about to relay the awesome news, which is that we did have a talk with the higher ups at SBR.
Yes.
And everything is squared away. Everything is squared away. The morning shows are going to be as normal. SBR. SBR, 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 number one website. SBR, number one website. Don't you forget it. There might be speed bumps here and there, but basically overall, number one website on the internet. And so we talked about those guys, and they were basically like, we think your show sucks, but we agree that you should have the extra time. We should not have. No, I'm kidding around. They said, no, it was a miscommunication. We think your show is awesome. And yes, we understand. They were just trying to, it's just scheduling issues, and so much shit is getting chaotic here, and you wouldn't expect it, but like March Madness even affects people who work at a betting company who don't actively bet. You know what I'm saying? March Madness affects even the people who are doing the organization and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It's like March Madness infects every brain, anyone who it's contagious. So, I was about to announce that, and then the internet went out. And once again, we, that's maybe one other thing we can fix. We pay basically $14.99 a month for our internet connection here, and sometimes it goes out, right, Larry? No, I'm kidding around on that one too. We pay a huge internet connection fee here, the best you can get in the country, but that sometimes goes out anyway, Larry, right?
It's shit. We're in the jungle.
The entire country sometimes has internet outages. So that was the news that I was about to announce. We'll talk about that later because you've already lost a bunch of minutes. But everything's back to normal, right, Larry? I'm not seeing myself on the monitor, though. Why would that be?
Let me see.
I mean, I'm just assuming that that's usually a sign that we're down. But yeah. Oh, there we are. There. Okay.
There we are.
Right, so once again, yes. The news is that we tweeted out some picks, some ups and downs for Jim. Once again, in the morning show, I did give a bunch of picks that were mostly losers, but I'm doing okay overall because of second halves again and because of money management. And I got a bunch of picks in on the nighttime shows that I looked at, nighttime games I looked at, and SBR we're back to our normal schedule of being able to go over if we're only if we're talking about interesting shit, which is probably going to happen in baseball season, right?
Yes.
we're gonna have to be cutting shit off. We're gonna be like, listen, we can't go on for 2 hours talking about fucking like, is Clayton Kershaw value at minus 400, right? We're gonna have a lot of debates about that, right?
Hey man, run lines.
Yes. All right. So let's get into college basketball, Jim. Let's get into college basketball
Yes.
for tonight for the evening games. All right. Once again, let's see what picks did I give. I did give Mississippi State, which is now up to 2.5 or 3, and we had someone saying that that he liked that trust him that LSU money line was the play. I did also give Tulane at plus 6.5. That line is right about where it was. It's now actually a little bit down to 6. What else did I give in the morning show as far as picks are concerned? I guess that's about it. Should I go over just a bunch of the totals that I was thinking about? Should I just do quick hitters game by game, and then we can discuss them
Absolutely.
Okay, first of all, let's start with the first game. Seeing Notre Dame Duke. Gave a great play. Call on Duke with Virginia Tech on the under recently, and I think I'm liking under here as well against Notre Dame first half and full game. I do think Duke is going to play their zone defense. I mean, Notre Dame has some outside shooters, though. Farrell can hit from the outside.
He can.
That might change things.
He can. I mean, do you want to go through all your plays?
All right, let's go to Notre Dame Duke. Let's start with that one.
Okay, let's start with this game. I am on Notre Dame full game. Notre Dame has heart, and I think they can cover 8.5 points. That comeback against a good Virginia Tech squad was impressive. They were down 18 with 12:23 left. They went on a 17-3 run, then a 14-0 run after that. Very impressive. They scored 50 points in the second half. A comeback from a 13-point deficit after the first half is the third largest halftime margin overcome in ACC tournament history. We know this about them. What they lack in skill, they make up in heart. Duke finished the year winning 6 of 7. They look like a very, very good squad. Their defense has proved all season long and looked especially good over the last 7 games, which they won 6 of. They allowed just 58 points a game. Field goal percentage defense, 37%. They played much more zone. Their defensive efficiency is less than 90 points per game, or 90 points per game per 100 possessions. Very impressive. 6th in the nation. Obviously, we know how good their offense is at 85.1 points per game. 3rd in the nation in rebounds. 8th in assists. But heart. And Notre Dame has some magic at the Barclays Center, 9-2 in that arena. I think this is a great spot. Donald Mouse says Duke will win, but not cover. Max, my man Max Ball Smart says, Jimmy, shout out my little sister. It's her dirty 30th birthday.
Oh, shit. Little sis. It's her birthday. Shout it out, Jim. How do you shout out a little sis' birthday?
Well, we want to wish you a happy birthday, and we also want to let you know that we dig your brother. We're very thankful that we have him in our chat. He makes us a lot of money, and we just wish your family the best. Have fun tonight.
Yes. And what else, Jim, do you want to talk about so do you think that the Notre Dame Duke game is going to be low scoring? Because right now I'm seeing the total actually climbing a little bit, and I'm just a little bit worried that that if Notre Dame and Farrell start to shoot over the zone effectively, that'll add up some points, and then Duke will abandon the zone, and then we'll see an explosive scoring game.
Yes, I can see why the total is moving up. But Felony Sports here says Duke under. Dilly says, yeah, under is nice. Adam Lopez says under, definitely the play.
All right, I'm going to start with the first half under 67.5 minus 110. That's the current line at Pinnacle, and again, that line is going up. So I'll take under 67.5 on the first half minus 110, and I think I'm going to throw on the full game as well. Look, if it loses, if Notre Dame shoots over the zone and suddenly Duke switches up their defensive schemes and it goes into the stratosphere, so be it. I'll eat the loss. But as of right now, I will take first half under, and I'll take the full game under as well. 144 minus 110 at the Greek, and I will take that one, Jim.
I like it, and I'm on the full game Fighting Irish.
Oh, wow. Okay, Notre Dame. Here you go, Notre Dame plus 8.5. We can give you minus 105 at Bookmaker. Notre Dame plus 8.5, minus 105. That's the current line at Bookmaker. Okay, let's move on down the line. Southern Miss and Middle Tennessee State. This is one of the games that were all the leans that I had yesterday cashed. I have a lean here to the under, 135.5. Again, this is like one of the UTSA game and a few of those other games. Totals in these kinds of games in like the 136, 138 range. I have leans to unders usually, and usually they cash, but not at a huge rate. They cash, 53%, and usually by 5 or 6 points or 2 or 3 points here and there. But I have a lean to the under on that one. Texas Tech. I'm not going to give this one, but I have a lean to the under on that one as well. Marquette Villanova, very interesting. I'm going to pass on this one, but slight lean. Something tells me slight lean to the under on this one too. Jim, do you have anything to say about Marquette Villanova?
Yeah, I was hoping that wasn't your slight lean because I am on the over.
Okay.
Both teams have electric guards. I think there's going to be baskets here. Now, I know I was wrong with Creighton, and my idea with the Louisville Virginia over wasn't about buckets. It was just that I knew that Louisville's length could put up enough points to get over. But here, I think there's going to be a ton of buckets. Marquette shoots 42% from three. Howard and Rousey combined to average 40.3 points per game. Villanova shoots 40% from three. They have 4 guards averaging double figures. Jalen Brunson was selected as a National Player of the Year by USA Today, ANSI, and NCAA.com. Brunson, Bridges were also named to the All Big East first team. Brunson averages 19. Bridges averages 17.6. There's just so much scoring on these two teams. When they first met in Villanova, the Wildcats won 190. The second time they met in Milwaukee, the Wildcats won 85-82. In Nova's last conference game, they put 97 on Georgetown. I just think there's going to be buckets.
All right, we can give you this one. It's 160.5 minus 110 at Pinnacle. That one definitely makes me nervous, Jim. But, I'm not necessarily going to take the under yet, but that one does make me nervous. I'll go on the record and say that. Moving on down the line, Mississippi State. Yes, I did give them in the morning show, and a bunch of my morning show plays did lose. But, again, Mississippi State got blown out by LSU in their last game, and I think at the very least they're a good bet on the first half, if not the full game. But commenter in the morning show said, trust me, LSU money line. And he might be right. Tulane, once again, I took Tulane at plus 6.5. That's gone down a little bit. Took them on the first half and full game. Tulane got blown out by Cincinnati. I was on Tulane on that one, but I think that they're not likely to get blown out here. And hopefully I'm not wrong on Tulane twice in a row. UTSA Marshall, that's an interesting one. Another game with a high total that something tells me maybe take a shot with the under, but I'm going to pass right now. George Washington and St. Louis. I did bet St. Louis. George Washington, impressive team, but I did bet St. Louis, and that line has gotten bet up. St. Louis, an inconsistent team, but I think if they're playing okay, they should pull this one out, and I think I will give St. Louis first half and a full game, although St. Louis definitely the kind of team that can disappear without explanation at any time. But I'm going to take this one. Full game is -2, -108, and I'm going to take the first half as well. I don't suppose you looked at that game, Jim.
I certainly did, and I'm certainly concerned.
Why, you like George Washington?
I do like George Washington. Okay, first off, though, my man Twatty is on the Marquette Villanova over, which gives me confidence in the play, even though I'm concerned that your lean is on the other side. Another Twatty play is George Washington, and I'm taking it on the full game.
Okay, tell us why. Break it down.
The Colonials finished off conference play winning 5 of 7 games. One of those losses was at St. Louis. They went 4 for 21 from 3 and 11 for 19 from the stripe, and they were winning with 3.5 minutes left in that game. The Colonials have 3 bigs that can play, led by Utah Watanabe, 16.5 points, 6.2 boards. The Billikens have no size, and they can be exploited. Their leading rebounder was Jordan Goodwin, who's now suspended for the strange, we won't even get into what he did, what was talked about, but we don't have time for it. But they basically play 6 players, and a 6'3" Jordan Goodwin was their leading rebounder. They lost 3 of 4 to close out the season. George Washington got to get a game under their belt. I know it was ugly. They pushed. But and they made Fordham look maybe a little better than they are. But it's important to get a game under their belt. And they got one. Their heart rate went up. They had to play well with a little bit of time left on the clock. I'm on George Washington.
You totally sold me. I'm not going to tail you on it, but I'm definitely not going to make St. Louis an official pick here, and I might pull my bet because that is at 8:30. Jimmy the Bag, you have definitely sold me on this one. So what do you want? George Washington first half, full game? What do you want?
Just full game.
Just full game. George Washington +2, -104 is the current line at Pinnacle. +2, -104. You have definitely sold me on that one. My liking of St. Louis was basically on just numbers that I crunched that had to do with the Fordham game, and you're absolutely right. You might be dead on there, Jimmy the Bag. Great breakdown. +2, -104 is the best line for that one.
And Twatty doesn't just like George Washington. He just wrote in the chat, love George Washington.
Okay, I trust you guys. And
King Rail says, I'm on George Washington as well.
Okay, I'm off it. Next one, Stephen F. Austin, Central Arkansas. I've gotten burned taking some of these minor conference favorites here, but I'd be leaning or liking Stephen F. Austin for sure. Moving on down, Utah State, Boise State, another under that I'm liking mildly. Utah State, Boise, and Oregon State, USC, another under that I'm liking mildly. I'll probably give both of those. Continuing on down the line, South Carolina, slight lean to the under on that one. North Carolina, Miami, slight lean to the under on that one. Louisiana Tech, Old Dominion, a lean to the under on that one and a little bit stronger. Baylor and West Virginia, an interesting game. Of course, they played twice this year. West Virginia beat them twice, and they were both low scoring. Not exactly sure why we should expect anything different here, so I would lean under on that one as well. Slight lean to the under in Butler, Seton Hall as well. And UAB, Western Kentucky, I definitely like the under on that one enough to give it as a pick. And I do like Wyoming over. I do like New Mexico over Wyoming, and I think I'm going to give that. But I'll hear some other opinions just to see if any other opinions come in. Any of the games I mentioned, pick games that you want to give a play on, Jim.
Well, first off, I know Twatty is on Baylor with the points. I tried to be, but just felt uncomfortable. As you said, the Bears were beaten in both games versus West Virginia this year. They look good at West Virginia, losing 57-54. They out-rebounded West Virginia in that game 44-36, but pressed Virginia, forced them into 21 turnovers. In Game 2, and I watched a bunch of clips on the game to understand how West Virginia destroyed them in that first half, up 40-18, and then they just cruised. Kanadi was an absolute beast, 10 points, 10 boards, 9 blocks. See, I thought Achul would be maybe the more dominant presence, but when I watched that second game, he's not. The Mountaineers finished the year winning 3 of 4, and they were playing very good basketball. The Bears finished off the year losing 3 of 4. It's a tough spot, and I'm just going to lay off the game.
Okay, all right. I'm just looking at some of these unders here that I was liking. I will definitely throw on the Western Kentucky under. Western Kentucky under. That'll be 148 minus 115, and I'm probably gonna throw on the first half under on that one as well. 148 minus 115. That's at Bet Online. I think I'm gonna throw on the Boise under. That's 141 minus 110. That's a market line. And the Oregon State USC under. I will throw that one on there as well. 142 minus 101. I don't like that. Pinnacle appears to be headed up a little bit, and maybe I will throw on some first half unders in these games as well. I'm also leaning under in the Butler Seton Hall game. You looked the Baylor West Virginia game. You looked into that one. What about the under on this one, Jim?
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting spot, and I probably should have focused on that a little more. I was trying to find. I wanted to play Baylor. I'm a fan of their team, and I was forcing it. What's the total on that?
Well, it's open at 141. Now it's down to about 140 or 140 and a half. And of course, the first 2 games they played this year both went very low scoring. And that doesn't at all mean that the third game is going to, but I think it certainly suggests it. And that's the way I was leaning anyway. What do you think?
Yes, I think that play makes sense. I really do. I think that both teams are going to step up their defensive pressure in this game. I like that play. I like the full game over. Under. I like it.
Here you go. Al Mack says if you bet all overs on NCAA tonight, I think you'd hit up to 55%. Okay, that's very interesting. That's certainly interesting. All right, the West Virginia game. You know what? I'm going to hold off on the under on that one. Did you look at USC Oregon State by any chance, Jim?
I did.
Tell me what you think about that one, because I will put the under 142 on that one, minus 101 as an official play. So once again, Western Kentucky under 148 official play, USC under 142 official play, Boise under 141 official play. What do you have to say about that one, Jim?
Well, first off, just listening to our breakdown and our feels on the West Virginia Baylor game, Twatty's now putting the under out as a play. Brandon Cummings says, my homie Martin told me the over is the play in the Baylor game. I disagree with him. I like the under. He's a great capper, but he's on a 12-game losing streak.
Who wrote that? That guy's funny as hell. Oh, there you go. Brendan Cummings. Oh, the guy who's in Brendan Cummings, who's who works in a hospital, right? My homie Martin told me the over is the play. My homie told me the over is the play in the Baylor game. I disagree with him. I like the under. He's a great capper. He's on a 12-game losing streak. Unbelievable comment there from Brendan Cummings.
I like the under, the full game under. I think it makes sense, and I want it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, full game.
Because I'm not even adding it on there. I'm just thinking that way. Okay, under 140 and a half minus 110. You want that one, Jim?
140 and a half
minus 110. Let's talk about the USC game. What do you think about that one?
Well, again, this was a spot that I wanted to take Oregon State. But if you watched, and I did look at clips of Trey Trinkle's ankle, and it's not good. He's hurt. Now he has to play again today. His dad made a joke saying his mom is forcing him to play. As soon as I really took a good look at how he was limping, I decided not to take Oregon State. My initial play was going to take Oregon State. Rakachevich is he's just no boat right. All he can really do is bang the boards, and he is very susceptible to foul trouble. If Trey Trinkle was 100%, I think that him and Eubanks can get him in foul trouble. But when I started looking at clips of his ankle, it's not good. And because of that, I still think Oregon State can keep it close. How close, I don't know without Trinkle being healthy, and I'm off of the game.
All right. I'm going to take the under on that one, 142 minus 101. Jim, why don't you talk about a few games that you want to give picks on while I look at some second halves that are up right now, including the Fresno State game?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've already seen Ulysses Hayes on the Western Kentucky money line. I am on UAB. Twali Latte's on UAB, and our man Nostra Tota has it as one of his best bets today.
Wow, really?
Western Kentucky ended the season with the dud. They lost to Middle Tennessee by 18, then lost to these Blazers by 28. The Blazers finished the season very strong, winning 4 of 5. The Hilltoppers have size, but just not enough depth. In their first meeting at Western Kentucky, UAB led with 3 minutes left. UAB's 12th in the nation with 17.2 assists. Their 38.4 rebounds a game puts them 44th in the nation. I think this will be a very tight game, and I'm taking the points with UAB.
Okay. Jim's going to take UAB. I will line chop for that for you in a second. I'm looking at these second halves here that are available. I would love to take a shot with Fresno State +1 on the second half, but I'm not going to. That one definitely makes me nervous. And then Weber State, of course, getting blown out of the water. Wow, look at that. Weber State blown out of the water. Holy shit. Wow. Weber State really getting popped, getting out rebounded. Yes, I knew that was going to be a big problem for them in this one. Northern Colorado, great rebounding team, and those kinds of teams sometimes do great in the conference championships. All right, I'm going to pass on that one as well, although slightly to the under on that one at 78.5. All right, Jimmy the Bag, let me line shop for you for UAB. Line here. Let me see. UAB, Western Kentucky, +5.5, and that will be minus
No,
one.
I'm on UAB.
Right. UAB, +5.5.
+5.5.
Minus
Beautiful.
one. What?
Beautiful.
Yeah, +5.5, -106. That's the current line of Pinnacle. And again, I am on the under on that one. I'm probably going to throw the first half under on that one as well.
I'm very thankful to read that Mutt Beast says I like UAB also.
Very nice. Very nice.
Love it.
All right, let me just find some first half totals here. All right, I'm going to throw on the first half under on that one as well. UAB Western Kentucky finding the best line here. Line shopping. Intertops once again. Thank you so much. Intertops 69 -110. Pinnacle has 69 -120. Bookmaker has 69 -115, but Intertops, the best line, 69 -110. First half under UAB, Western Kentucky. What else were you thinking about, Jim? I was thinking about New Mexico, thinking about under in the Seton Hall Butler game, thinking about the under in Louisiana Tech Old Dominion, thinking about under in the South Carolina Arkansas game. What do you think, Jim?
Well, do we know yet what the status of Desi is for Seton Hall? Because that's everybody's been waiting to find out.
I don't know. I didn't have any update on that. No, I do not.
Max Smart just wrote "fuck me" with a lot of letters.
Oh shit! Because of Weber State.
I'm not
Probably
sure.
right.
I wonder. Yeah, I wonder what he's on. Yes, it's because of Weber State.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. I have another play that I'd like to give out. And this play was a little concerning. I know my man Max is heavy on this team.
Let me just quickly say one thing. Of second half, Dilly says, Loshak, take Fresno. They're playing hard as fuck. They scored like 2 points in the last 4 minutes and only down 3. Yeah, I was, wow, maybe I should make that an official play. I'm just concerned that that the lack of that guy, the guy who's out, is going to come back and matter in a big way here. But they're playing hard as fuck. All right, you know what? I'll make that one an official pick, and I'll upgrade that to a half unit play for myself. I will make that +1 -110. I'll put that one on there. Fresno, second half, +1 -110. I mean, that was a borderline play anyway. It was a lean, and I will make that one an official pick on Fresno State's second half +1. All right.
A lot of people coming in saying Seton Hall big. Twali Latte says Seton Hall still rolls. Interesting. I don't. Does that game start at 7? Will I have time to keep capping it?
No, it's a 9:30 game.
Okay, good. Okay,
game. Yes.
I'll take another look at that. I am on Eastern Washington. I know Max really believes in Eastern Washington, and Nostra Tota doesn't. Thinks that Portland State can win this and will likely win this. It's just a lean of his. He's not playing. He's not taking Portland State, but he wanted us to be cautious. I just think these Eagles are on a roll. Closed out the season with 6 straight wins. That included a win over conference leader Montana, and at third in the conference, Weber State at Weber State. Now, obviously, we're seeing how bad Weber State can play. But they played Portland State twice. The Eagles had 20 turnovers compared to just 7 from the Vikings, and the Eagles still won the first game 81-74. They lost the second game. Portland shot 57.6% from the field to win 94-81. They're going to have to shoot like that to get a win over this Eastern Washington team that is clearly rolling. Blizniuk will not let them lose. He's the best player on the floor, and I'm on Eastern Washington full game.
Okay, let's find it. Eastern Washington. Best line be -3, -115. Jim's on Eastern Washington, -3, -115. Full game. That is the line at, a bunch of places. Pinnacle, Bet Online, all of them have 3, -115. Okay. Interesting breakdown there, Jim. I was thinking about New Mexico. I'm kind of impressed with New Mexico in general right now. What do you think about New Mexico over Wyoming? Did you look at that one, Jim?
I didn't. I didn't, but I know a bunch of people who like the over in that game. And which one's God? So many. That doesn't start till late, so I'm going to take a look at that after. But yes, I know a few people that like the over on that spot.
Okay, we got some other games coming down the pike that will be up soon. Stanford, UCLA, second half. That'll be interesting. And Long Beach State against Cal State Fullerton. That will be interesting as well. All right, New Mexico. You know what? I will. I'll put them on there. I'll put on New Mexico. I'll take them first half and full game. Hopefully I don't get burned here, but I'm liking them. Take them on the first half. Let me just find the spread here for New Mexico. Where is that one? -1.5. All right. I will. You know what? I will make my official pick. I might make it just -3 or on the money line, not double up here because anything could happen here. Let me see. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to check the money lines here and then I'll make a decision on that one. All right. What else do you want to discuss here, Jim?
Interesting stuff. Let's go with, is there another game that I didn't end up hammering? No. No, that's everything. A bunch of people are coming in liking Duke. Underdog status likes Miami +6. I believe that's Miami, Ohio.
No, he's probably talking about Miami, Florida against UNC,
Miami, Florida,
which I like as slightly to the under on that one. Hopefully, expecting for a lower scoring game at least in the opening minutes. Okay. So Bet Online, sportsbetting.ag have 2.5. So I'm going to take New Mexico -2.5, -115. That's an official pick for me. New Mexico -2.5, -115 at Bet Online, sportsbetting.ag. All right, the Butler Seton Hall game. Did you look into that one, Jim, at all?
No. Oh, I mean, I just tried to find out what was going on with Desi, and as soon as I was struggling to find out if he was playing or not, I kind of left it alone. I do know that Twadi is on that under North Carolina, Miami, Florida as well. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I was leaning that way as well. Concerns me though that Al Mack says if you take all overs in the night games, you'll hit at least 55%. We'll see. Maybe I'll add that one up and see if that actually turns out to be true. So let's review the picks that we've given so far, and then we'll move on to some other stuff in college basketball, and then review NHL. Jim has given the West Virginia under 140.5, UAB +5.5, Eastern Washington -3, George Washington +2, Villanova over 160.5, and Notre Dame +8.5. My picks: Duke first half under 67.5, full game under 144. Boise game under 141. USC under 142. Western Kentucky first half under 69 and full game under 148. New Mexico -2.5, -115, and Fresno second half +1. And once again in the morning show, I did give Mississippi State and Tulane as picks. Scanning down, other things that I was thinking about. Yeah, thinking about Miami, Florida, North Carolina under, Old Dominion, Louisiana Tech under as well, Seton Hall under as well. Let me see, just looking this shit over. Oregon, Utah is a game that I did not look at, but that definitely is an interesting matchup, as we know. Oregon, an interesting team, maybe a little bit overvalued right now. Let's see, and Utah always a scrappy team in the postseason in football and basketball. Let's see, what else do we have here? Baylor, West Virginia, South Carolina, Arkansas. All right, it looks like we're pretty much done with the college basketball. Against Stephen F. Austin, leading Stephen F. Austin full game and first half, but not sure I want to take that one. Okay, looks like we got to most of it, Jim.
Yeah, I like where we stand. Yeah, I like where we stand. It's funny, Miami, Ohio, and Miami are both +6.
Yeah,
on the card. Yeah, I like where we stand. I'm gonna look. Oh, there. I know Max and I believe twice. I know they like Seattle and against Texas Rio Grande Valley, and that's a late game. I haven't had a chance to hammer that yet, but I looked into it a bit. I think they're on the right side, and it's just going to take me a little bit more time to cap, but I do think I will be sending that out at some point.
JK says, "Wow, Weber State is terrible." Yeah, I mean that they were okay at times during the regular season, but okay. R. Burke says, good pick on Eastern Washington. Portland's main scorer is suspended. Let's see. Richmond currently up on Duquesne. Scanning over. DJ Big Boss likes Duke first half and full game. Going directly against Jimmy the Bag. Likes Duke first half and full game. Twate Latte under in UNC. Let's see.
Khalif Lee says, you guys was wrong early, and he laughs out loud. And then he says, Jimmy, hey, I hit my first bet of the day just because I'm losing. Yeah, I hit with the over.
No, it is pretty funny. When I look at some of the picks that we gave, pretty funny.
Sure.
Pretty funny stuff.
I am 2-1 officially right now, Khalif Lee.
Yeah.
So keep laughing out loud.
No, it was funny. I can't deny it. If he was looking at our picks and just laughing out loud, can't really wonder what he's laughing at. I know what he was laughing at, and it wasn't that pretty. All right, JB Fay also on Fresno State second half. Okay, Khalif Lee, Fresno State second half. Go right now. Jump on it, baby. Let's see what else. Justin Searcy likes UNC. Bits Movement likes UNC. A lot of people liking UNC here, and Jake Bell likes Duke and the under. Okay, let's move on to NHL. How about that?
Sure. We got stuff coming in right now about NHL. Rue Duarte is saying I'm on Bruins. Team total over 2.5. Let me go to all my notes here. I faded the Bruins, and then so I got the Flyers at plus 175, but they weren't. I got the over 5.5 because we line shopped, but my local wouldn't. It wasn't up. It wasn't up all day, and it just came up, and it's come up with a 6 instead of a 5.5.
Very nice.
No, because I. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess that's a good line movement, but I don't want to take it now at 6. I like it at 5.5.
Okay. Well, let's move on to and Paulo Marquez said, Pete, Jim is on New Mexico too. No, it's just me. I am the only one who's on New Mexico. All right, so let's move on to our NHL review, and I wonder how funny Khalif Lee might find this one. Jimmy the Bag is up 38.5 units in NHL on the year, pushing plus 10% ROI. Khalif Lee is sitting there now going to be like, whoa, that's not funny at all. Holy shit. Dead serious. Serious as a heart attack. Khalif Lee, how do you feel about that? 38.5 units in the NHL for Jim. Positive.
Yeah, it feels good, man.
He probably think that's funny too, and it probably is. You know what I'm saying?
I don't mean. I just these days are so fucking frantic, and I'm barely sleeping, and I'm freaking out. So when Khalif Lee laughs out loud, I get a little irritated. And I shouldn't. I'm sorry, Khalif Lee. Laugh all you want.
It is
Please
pretty funny,
laugh
though.
All you want.
It is pretty funny, though. I have to admit that. All right, so once again, in the NHL, Jim gave Ottawa puck line plus 165, Florida puck line plus 155, Columbus puck line plus 201, Philly money line plus 175, Philly over 5.5 minus 118, Tampa Bay puck line plus 120, and Winnipeg, New Jersey under 6 minus 119. And I took Winnipeg, New Jersey under 6 minus 119. No, that is not me copying Jim. Jim copied me on that one. Thank you very much. I did, right?
I did.
Vegas, Detroit under 6 minus 120. Florida minus 1. San Jose team total over 2.5. San Jose minus 1. And then Nashville first period under 1.5 minus 115. I think that might be a little sneaky. Of course, Nashville and Anaheim, two great teams going up against each other. Two very capable goaltenders. And I'm thinking that might be a really good sneaky play because the first period probably going to be pretty intense, pretty tight, and probably someone gets a goal. But 2 goals? I don't know. I think it's a solid play, right, Jim?
I think it's a solid play. A couple things have come up now. Grubauer is getting the start for Washington. So those of you who have the Kings, I would be a little concerned. That alone isn't going to make me hop on Washington. Has there been line movement in that game now that they announced Grubauer?
Oh, look, here we go. Khalif Lee. See, this is what I like. Some balls. He's giving picks.
Nice.
Look at this. Khalif Lee likes Miami. Doesn't specify which one, but nice anyway. Likes Tulane, which I am on as well.
Nice.
Khalif Lee, nice. Seton Hall, okay, interesting. And then he writes Miami again. So I guess he's liking both Miamis.
Nice.
And
Nice.
he likes Brooklyn, which I assume means the Brooklyn Nets. Are they playing tonight?
I can't even remember. I'm so frantic.
Yeah, no, I don't know. But anyway, thank you
they're playing Charlotte.
Yeah, thank you very much, Khalif Lee, for giving your picks. People who give picks justify all of their laughter and slander of us. Absolutely. If you don't give picks, screw it. But if you give picks, it's justified. You should put yourself out there yourself. And Khalif Lee, obviously liking two Miamis and Tulane. I agree with that one. All right, Jim, what do you want to talk to us about NHL?
Oh, yeah, so the Grubauer thing is interesting. And I had to dive into that Sharks-Blues game and why I wasn't going to jump on what seems like a pretty blatant move taking the Sharks on the puck line. And the real reason, the psychology behind not taking this obviously, the Sharks could roll. But I think the St. Louis Blues got better by subtraction. Bouwmeester had to get off the ice. He was banged up. He's not playing well. Getting him off the ice and bringing a kid up, they will be better without him, slowly skating around and not defending the front of the net. Also, Upshaw, get a kid in there to take his spot. So I don't think the Blues are going to be trash moving forward. I think once the pressure's off them, they will play okay. And I just don't trust the Sharks. When the Jackets came through, we had them losing by multiple goals in the first two games, and we didn't have them we didn't have the Sharks taking out the Jackets because the Sharks just aren't trustworthy. And that boost they got from Evander Kane is going to end now. It's just one of those 3 or 4 game boosts. So that's the reason why I didn't. But I don't think it's a bad play taking a Sharks puck line, but I'm not going to
Sounds like you might be
it.
liking the over then in that one. It sounds like you think scoring might pick up a little bit for St. Louis then.
I do think that we'll find value with them scoring moving forward. A real issue with them was when the injuries hit, like when they lost Schwartz, he comes back from a foot injury and he's not the same player. He won't be until the start of next year. And he was the straw that stirred the drink. He was the reason why Tarasenko and Shen were having such a phenomenal season. So a few different things kind of came together. Also, their goaltending fell apart, and Hutton's actually stepped up a little bit. But no, I'm not going to trust their offense at this point. But what would we get on the over? I'm curious now.
On the St. Louis game?
Yeah.
Let me find it. It would be 5.5 small plus money.
Yeah, not quite yet. I'm not gonna hammer that, but I will have a few hours to kind of hum and haw on that.
Okay, all right. What else do you want to talk about when it comes to NHL tonight, Jim?
Well, they were asking what my best bet is, and looking through this, the bet. The bet I think is the best might not. I mean, yes. If you want like the best chances of hitting something, sure, the Lightning puck line might be, and sure, the Panthers puck line is really good. But for the odds, for the number that you're getting, I think the Jackets -1.5, getting over 2-1 on your cash is the best spot. Rue Duarte says you don't like the Predators tonight, and. I think this Anaheim Ducks team is extremely dangerous, and we are getting a look at the Western Conference Final here. Khalif Lee says Ducks game under. I agree.
Yes, I'm on the first period under, but some comments are coming in. They're not making me happy, Jim. Here we go. J Shot 91 hammering the under in St. Louis San Jose game. I didn't take the over, but I did take the San Jose team total over. And then Dean Stevenson, St. Louis Blues game under. You Dumphorn Ratanafaki, I got Sharks under 5.5. Wow. Jeremy M, Sharks under lean. Wow. Brendan Cummings says, I like Sharks team total under. I took the Sharks team total over. Wow. Holy shit. A lot of people. And then again, who was that? Brent Brooks, San Jose under. Everyone liking the under here,
wow,
Jim.
Interesting stuff. Dom Ricci, a great hockey capper. We don't have, he doesn't join our show enough. He's on Winnipeg thinking the injury is being overvalued. And maybe for a game. Fuck. Maybe for a game or two.
Fuck, everyone liking the under. And Brendan Cummings on the San Jose team total under. I'm on the San Jose team total over, Jim.
Yeah, I don't think the Blues are...
And then G-Money Top Shelf says that's the worst over on the whole card. Sorry, man. I think he's talking about the San Jose game, right?
I think he is, yeah.
Well, I didn't take the over. I just took the San Jose team total over, but maybe I'm on way the wrong side here.
I don't think it's the worst play taking the over in that game. I'm not going to hammer it at this point, and I will keep studying it, but I think there's tougher spots for sure than that.
And then Mike Flaherty, 75, says, by the way, you guys are great. Thanks so much, Mike Flaherty. But I'm not happy about all these opinions hating my... all right, if I have to eat a loss, I'll eat a loss. Richie Incognito says Sharks puck line equals great value. Okay. G-Money Top Shelf says Jets -1.5. Best play. That line is suspiciously low.
Well, it's because there's no Scheifele, and they're playing against a very good hockey team at home.
Right. Wow. Okay. What else do you want to say, Jim?
Well, I am writing down my man, whom I love, and we're very thankful we have G-Money NHL Top Shelf. Very, very thankful we have him capping with us. But I'm writing down that's the worst over on the whole card. Sorry, man. And I'm putting it in just so we can look at it tomorrow.
Cummings has shared his handicapping approach to this game with us. He says maybe I'm reading too much into it, but here's the key for him. Last time I saw the Sharks, they look like shit. All right. Okay. Well, hopefully, maybe they'll look like shit again, but one way or another, get to 3 goals for me. I don't know. I'm going directly against Brandon Cummings on this one. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike Flaherty saying, what do you think of the Jets? The Jets are a great hockey team. They just lost their best centerman. Thank God they have Stastny, but they're not going to want to move Stastny off that line that's killing with Line A and Ehlers. I'm worried. This Devils team is we thought that they hit the wall because they have so many young players. About, a month ago, we thought they'd hit the wall, but they've shown that they can run. They've shown that they're... Oh, you don't point rat in the fact that I ride the Ducks tonight, Jimmy. I think you're getting nice value there. Magzia says, have you said the best pick? Obviously the Florida teams are the most likely to hit the puck line. But I think for value, I like what the Blue Jackets are giving us. So I think the best play on the the best play on the card is the Jackets on the puck line, but the most likely to hit would be either of the Florida teams. And Elio Rodriguez says they are shit. You heard it live.
Which team? San Jose. Wow. All right, I'll keep that in mind for future games. Right now, I could pull these picks, but I'm just going to go with it, and hopefully I will, I don't know, hopefully it'll come out, San Jose will win it 3-2 one way or the other. I'll push on my -1 pick and win on the 2.5. Wouldn't that be great if one way or another they both get 2 goals, goes to overtime, San Jose wins in overtime, I cash team total over and push on but I'm probably on the wrong side of my analysis of that game, that's for sure. All right, what else do you want to talk about, Jim?
NHL wise, I think we're pretty good. I think we can move on.
Let's move on to an NBA. In the morning show, we were rushed, but Jim gave Miami, and we gave him -1 plus 100, and he took the Celtics -2, -110. I did not have a chance to look at the NBA card at all, but Jim, what would you like to say about the NBA card?
Well, can we talk about the games that we didn't get to cap? Nets Hornets. Very interesting situation.
Sorry, so after Brendan Cummings says maybe we both pushed Loshak. Brendan, we can't. It's 2.5. If it was 3 or 2, that would be what we would hope for. But at 2.5, one of us has got to lose, Brendan Cummings. Right? One of us has to lose, Brendan Cummings. Yeah. I hope it's me. I love Brendan Cummings. I hope, and he works in a friggin' hospital. I hope he cashes. I hope the friggin' San Jose team total goes under tonight. All right, Jim, go on. Didn't mean to cut you off there.
No problem.
Go to NBA. Go to NBA.
Well, let's hit this Nets-Hornets game and go through some of the games that we didn't cap on the early show. Nets are coming off a 114-101 loss at Golden State. They have lost 10 straight on the road, including all 4 of this soon-to-be-over 5-game trip. Nets are a healthy squad, just 8-24 on the road this season. Hornets are a very interesting team. They've lost 4 straight, coming off a 128-114 loss at home to the Sixers. Kemba Walker looked awful last game. He usually doesn't do that 2 games in a row. By the way, Dom Ricci, Philadelphia, team total over 2.5 -120, low-hanging fruit. I think that's an excellent play. I really like that play.
Well, because you took Philly and you took the money. You took Philly and the over. So by logically, you would love the team total over. Yeah.
I love that play. Boston's looked weak defensively. Kemba Walker went 1 for 9 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3 for just 5 points. As I said, he rarely does that twice in a row. He was asked if fatigue was a factor after the game because he averages 34.8 minutes a game. He said he was fine, just an off-shooting night. These teams met 2 weeks ago in a 111-96 Hornets win. Walker went for 31. Charlotte went 11 for 21 from 3 in that game. And the Nets went 14 for 43. And that's what the Nets do, right? They're second in the NBA in 3-point attempts, but 28th in percentage. It's a bad spot for them. If they can't defend the perimeter either, they're in a mess. They have to shoot well to win games. Michael Carter-Williams is expected to undergo season-ending shoulder surgery. What a bum this guy ended up being. First-round picks numbers just got worse every year. Started as a rookie at 16.7, come all the way down to 4.6. Malik Monk will get his minutes. I'm excited to see what Malik Monk can do. Ton of DMPs this year. Picked 2 spots ahead of Donovan Mitchell. Hornets are 18-16 at home, and I am not on this game.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to say about NBA, Jim? We can wrap this up pretty soon, unless there's anything else you want to talk about college basketball.
I'm very interested in the Suns Thunder game. It's the last game that we haven't done. SJ Shark Reed says San Jose not shit. Just can't be trusted, like Jimmy said.
Okay.
But he's on the over.
Okay. And that's S.J. Shark Ruiz. So he's presumably lives in San Jose, right?
And he's very sharp. He's a great hockey.
Very nice. All right. Interesting, controversial game. This might be the most controversial game on the entire NHL card. We'll see how it turns out. Hopefully it'll be hopefully San Jose wins 2-0 so that I cash my -1 and Brendan Cummings cashes. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for a San Jose 2-zip win. So everyone who bet the under cashes. I cash my San Jose -1 line, and Brendan Cummings cashes the team total under for San Jose. That's what I'm praying for. San Jose 2-zip.
So back to the Hornets game. We have interesting stuff here. Rostradamus says ballsy call of the day. Nets win straight up. 10-game losing streak. He's taking up +260. Melee Palace Way said Brooklyn's 6-1 last 7 meetings. Khalif Lee says take the Hornets game over. Jake Block says I'm on Charlotte team total over. JP Fahey's on Hornets first half. Khalif Lee's on Brooklyn with the 7. Very, very interesting stuff. Melee Palace Way's on Oklahoma City team total over. And Bill Butler reminding us that TJ Warren is out. Interesting stuff. Suns are coming off an ugly 125-103 loss at Miami on Monday night. Ooh, Goose. New guy named Goose says Nets +7, Nets +7, Nets +7.
Okay. Okay. I have a play here. I'm taking
Nice.
Duquesne Richmond second half under 77.5. Duquesne Richmond second half under 77.5. That is going to be an official pick, and that is a full unit play for me here. Duquesne Richmond under 77.5 -110. That's the current line at Heritage. That's official. Okay.
Exciting. Seriously telling Goose to settle down. Suns Thunder. So they lost. The Suns lost to the Thunder last Friday night. Pete and I were both on the Suns at +7.5. Westbrook scored the go-ahead 3-pointer with 56 seconds left. And we didn't fucking win that game.
Welcome to the NBA, Jim.
God damn, it's annoying. They scored the last 10 points in the game. In 2 games against the Thunder this year, Devin Booker's averaging 32.5 points per game, shooting 55%. Maxwell Smart's been hammering Booker on all the prop bets. He's giving people money at this point. He scored at least 30 points in 5 of the last 6 games, at least 27 points in 7 of the last 8. Suns are 3-21 over their last 24 games, 1-13 over their past 14. Thunder are coming off the 122-112 loss at home to the Rockets on Tuesday night, 2nd loss in a row. Earlier in the year, they were defeating the good teams and losing to the bad, and that has changed. The Thunder are just 18-11 this season against teams with sub-500 records, but they've won their last 6. So that has changed. They've now played 17 games without Andre Robertson in the lineup, and the numbers are bad. They had the NBA's 6th-rated defense with them, 103.6 points per 100 possessions. Over the last 17 games, they're 21st in the league. That's how much they've dropped now, 109.2 points per 100 possessions. They're forcing 1.2 fewer turnovers, and they're shooting opponents are shooting 4% better from behind the three-point line. They're in trouble moving forward. I don't know why they didn't pick up a defender at the trade deadline. Jay Shot 91 says Oklahoma City 4-4 as double-digit faves. Suns are 11-7 as double-digit dogs. Bill Butlicker says OKC covers. Mutt Beast says good luck, all.
All right, and here's another comment from Mutt Beast that I'm seeing that everyone should just keep in mind. Comment from Mutt Beast. Everyone keep this in mind. NBA sucks. Bam. Comment. Classic comment. Mutt Beast. NBA sucks. I couldn't agree with you more, Mutt Beast. Could not agree with you more. It's definitely been long-term by far my worst sport overall. Not even close. Although I do have... What happened?
JP Fahey feeding us gold.
Heard the Nets got into Charlotte late last night due to the storm. Okay.
We do know that we don't really believe in the flu issues, but getting in late does not help.
A lot of people are loving the Nets, though. Goose says play of the day, Nets +7. Khalif Lee, I believe, said he loves the Nets, right? A lot of people loving the Nets here. Someone else, Rostradamus, Ballsy calls the day, Nets win straight up. But here you go. JP Fahey says they heard the Nets got into Charlotte late last night due to the storm.
Goose's 2 plays. Nets -7, Celtics over 217.
All right. Well, we'll see how this turns out. JP says, add that to the classic comment calendar, Pete. Oh, I absolutely will. NBA sucks. Could not have put it better myself. Mutt Beast just says, just put things. He says the things that we're all thinking. But we don't have the balls to say, Jim.
He speaks for a whole community.
People ask me, how's the NBA? I'm like, oh, it's okay, yeah. But I'm thinking NBA sucks. And Mutt Beast is the only one who has the balls to say it out loud, Jim.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we wrap this shit up?
Yeah, we should. So I'm likely going to take Seattle. I just need a little bit more time with that game. And is there any other leans you have for the late games that I should keep in mind?
Hoops?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I did throw on New Mexico at -2.5. Now BetOnline has moved it up to 3. No, not really. I mean, the Butler-Seton Hall game is interesting. I have vague leans to the unders in a lot of these games, but Al Mack said take the overs in a lot of these games, which I certainly definitely respect. I did take the under in Boise State. I think that one is more likely than not to stay under. Did take the West Kentucky game under, and did take the USC game under, which if the Ohio State guy is really banged up, that probably supports the play to the under, right, Jim?
It does.
Yeah. So I'm comfortable with the plays that I gave officially. My leans, I'm okay with leaving them off. I mean, vaguely thinking about throwing on the USC first half under as well at 66. Maybe I'll throw that one on. I will throw that one on there. Sure. I'll double up on that one. USC first half under 66 -105. That's the current line at BetOnline, sportsbetting.ag, under 66 -105. And the Boise State game, I'll hold off on the under on that one, but that's definitely also a lean, 65.5, Utah State, Boise State first half under.
We have some interesting stuff coming in from Yanks Guy 30. Stat of the day, Eastern Michigan first half unders since December 22nd, 17-2.
Yeah, I mean, Eastern Michigan, their recent game against Western Michigan had a very low first half total, and that one went under. That's so who are they playing today? They're playing in Akron, and Akron is a very low scoring team at times. In conference championships, expect the unexpected. That first half is now down. It opened at 62.5. It's now down to 60.5. So I'm going to stay off that one, but probably it lands on 57, 58, 59 and cashes again,
Udon Porn, Ratana Facti likes Oregon -2. J Shot 91, Louisville Tech +8.
Louisiana Tech, yeah.
Goose says that the Nets players were spotted with Mimi.
Very, very nice.
And Antoine Seymour says OKC play like shit against sorry teams. And I read a stat saying that that's kind of changed now. But so we shouldn't get too. I mean, they've won 6 straight against under 500 teams. But I hear you. JP Fahey says, why is Texas Tech off the board now?
I don't know. Maybe because I was assuming that the guy from Texas was out for today. But
Bamba.
Maybe he's in. I don't know.
Maybe he's in.
Who knows? But that game goes off in about 3 minutes. So let's wrap this up, Jim. I think we covered everything.
I do.
All right. We will be back tomorrow, where we are back reinstated to our normal ability to go over if we want. Thanks so much. You knew the SBR brass, SBR higher ups, SBR ownership would do the right thing. Of course, they always do.
But we are SBR, very thankful.
We're very, very thankful. And we'll be back tomorrow, oh my God, once again with another big day of college basketball conference tournaments in the daytime. We'll see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern Time.